Mama may have, Papa he may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own. Okay, people, I'm not here to gloat. I just heard this girl is her site is Unwind with, is it Tashik, the lady who does the wine reviews along with her commentary on YouTube. Anyway, she's saying that now Kai is going on social media. Khia has went on social media. I struggle. Help me. Okay, God got me. Khia has went on social media and saying that she will not return to the Queen's Court on tonight. So we have a little bit of a mystery here. Now we all friends of whichever girl we like, Madison. I thought I was a friend of the show. I like the Queen's Court. So we're just speculating here because it's a mystery. Now we have from one source, Miss Tashik, one source that she is not returning to the show tonight. And apparently Kai has said in her tweets, she did show us a screenshot of her tweeting this out. It could have been in a moment of frustration or whatever. We don't know anything for sure. But for people who see this video, I'd like to ask you a question. The show comes on tonight, airs at 10 o'clock tonight. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think Khia is going to be there or she's going to not be there? It's not being shady. It's just asking a question. What do you think the odds of Khia showing up tonight, or is the Queen's Court over? I'd like to have your opinion. Just give an educated guess. I hadn't considered that. I took them at their word. They say they'd be back next week, but I know that it appears that Khia's a little bit of a loose cannon, and so we don't know what's going to happen. That's why I opened this thing with God bless the child has got their own. Nothing like having your own shit. There's nothing quite does it like being able to call your own shots. I mean, we all know that certain circumstances, it's nice to have a roommate. It doesn't compare. Believe me, I lived for years and years with roommates. The last place I lived, well, the one before the last one, I had 4 roommates. Beautiful house. Ain't nobody here at the house compared with a little apartment for myself. Your own stuff, own thing in which you're in charge, nothing compares with it. Now, I'm sure T.S. Madison has been doing this thing for years. Kai has been doing this for years. They've been doing their own thing. But when you come together, then you have other responsibilities, other people you have to keep happy. So I don't know. I think it's a 50% chance that this will go on. Queen's Court will go on. There's going to be some issues, of course, because from what I understand, the way I understand it, Khia has been doing the Queen's Court for a long time out of her own place. So I know a lot of people probably say, well, Madison should just go on and do Queen's Court without Khia. But if Khia was the original show, I don't know if she owns the domain name called the Queen's Court or what the situation is. I don't think Madison want to come in there and just take her name. If she's been having Queen's Court, then I guess it's hers. But Madison's invested in all this stuff for the show to go on. She could probably carry a thing by herself. Both of them could. So who gets the name? Will it be a slight difference in names? I don't know. I don't know if they'll even just be able to dust it off and put it back on tonight. I would say that I wouldn't feel terribly secure in that situation, because if Khia will do it once, she'll do it twice. I mean, if something pisses her off, she gets mad. You never know if the show's going to go forward. You don't want to be put in a position where you're begging somebody else to stay involved in something. I mean, it would be great if they could make that work. It was only going to work a certain amount of time anyway. People are going to get burned out. They get burned out on everything. So for this period, they won't have that show. As far as Madison spending money on this thing, I don't think it should make much difference, because whatever money she put into this production, she can take that and use it for something else. I mean, she does different kinds of things. For a while, she does a cooking show. She does things in her car or whatever. So now she's got a lot of equipment in her home. So she could do something else with it and continue. So I don't know, but I'm very curious. I'm sincerely curious about what you guys think. Do you think she's going to go on, or you think they're just going to not have a show tonight? What do you think is going to happen? Is the Queen Court over? I don't know. There's no way we're going to know that without having firsthand knowledge of what's going on in their relationship. But I would imagine that if Khia does stay up here tonight, this won't be the first time this happens. There have been successful two people acts, Rowan and Martin. Should I name them all? Laura and Artie. And then later on, people would find, when they start digging behind the scenes, there were problems. But they were able to go on. With the show. Sonny and Cher, they eventually had to split. A lot of groups, people try to do things together, but there's two personalities. So I don't know. But that girl seemed pretty sure of herself. And I don't know why Khia would come on there and say things like that. Unless she's just so embarrassing and so embarrassed by the situation that she just don't want to face her fans. Apparently she's got a lot of negative backlash there. But as long as they were together, nobody give a damn about the backlash. She made her whole song about next caller, fuck you. You ain't talking about nothing, bitch. Next caller. That's right. She says she's able to just move on. I think it reflects her attitude towards these kind of things. But a lot of times people who appear to be very tough, very hard, are actually the opposite of that. They're very fragile. So we'll see. But I do think there's something to be said for having your own thing. I mean, Madison can go in her car. She don't need nothing but her mouth and the little camera in the car. Just make a show, do it, put it in drive, and go on to the next place. But when you have to involve a second person, then you have to be somewhat more organized, particularly when you're trying to do a thing at a certain time. I do think either way, if they do it or don't do it, that live thing needs to go. There's just too many variables there. I don't know how much Khia could deal with too much dysfunction. But I have thought a little bit more about it. This is the current story. So I was thinking that about the frustration that Madison was showing when she was begging this girl to stay on the thing. And I believe that was because they had Monique on the line. This was a big interview for. See, they hadn't had interviews. They had a couple people taped and things, or they pretend the person's on the line, and then they're actually they're just playing the tape back. But to have an actual guest, this is something new that they were trying. That's why Madison was going out there buying all this stuff. And they had Monique on the line. They didn't want to let her go because they knew that it was not likely that she would return to a show that was so disorganized. So that makes a lot of sense. I don't know. I hadn't thought about her not returning at all until like I just here a few minutes ago. So I know some people say, oh, you're gossiping. This is kind of what we do here. It's a gossiping kind of thing, remember? People talk about each other, whatever. But I don't have any animosity towards these girls at all. But I'm just curious as if this thing is going to go on. I don't know how long it would have went on anyway. I know people say, oh, watch the Queen's Court. But you have to keep it hot. You have to really put time and effort into something like that to keep it going, because people will just get tired of hearing the same thing. So I don't know how long it will go. I think it went on quite a bit more than it's been already. They could definitely get another summer out of that. But anyway, so Khia says no. We'll see. One other thing, did you guys see that they had this show on BET dedicated to you on the social media? BET, what's it called? BET Social Awards. Y'all see it? I'm sure they're going to repeat. You know how BET repeats things. But apparently last night it was live. So they had these social media people and they were giving them awards for this. Basically this. Most of it was music. Some of it was comedy. I think some things were just things that went viral. They had that guy, Blackstone, Nia. You call. He's so ugly cute. Anyway, they had Blackstone on there. They had what's the other girl with the big hats? My mind goes blank. Anyway, so they had it was an interesting thing. It was a 1 hour show. They gave out awards. Looked like a pound sign, like like a pound sign on there. Anyway, I saw it. I enjoyed it. That was kind of cute. That girl won some, just hilarious. She won an award on there. I wasn't familiar with most of the people. Most of them, as I said, were singers, dancers, kind of thing. But anyway, check that out on BET. And we'll see tonight if they go on or not. The show must go on. We'll see. They'll do fine on their own. If it doesn't go on, they just come up with another idea and do something else. Whenever you involve other people, that's when the problems start. See, now if I was doing this right now and I had to deal with some other dude, then he had to be in the right mood and all this shit. We got to be on speaking terms off the camera. It always complicates things. So, for the sake of their individual brands and the Queen's Court brand together, but I don't know if T.S. Madison come in and take that girl's thing though. I don't think she would even be interested in that because she was doing the Queen's Court. Maybe Khia just didn't want to share the spotlight with what was originally her show. Maybe eventually, because they kind of bumped into it. They did a show together, and it kind of worked. People wanted to see more of it, and so all of a sudden it was the Queen's Court. It was both of them. But Khia was apparently doing that. Now it could be that she wants her old brand back. It could be that. It could be that she felt like she's being taken over. I can see that happening. But hopefully somebody, one of them, will come directly to us and tell us what happened. We can't depend on this second, third information. We can talk about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about it, especially about people who talk about other people. It's all laughs and giggles, right? I'll see you guys tonight. I'm sure the lines will be hot to see. But I don't think it does anything bad to say, okay, let's do some little bit of mystery guesswork here. Will they show up or will they not?